Alright, so today I'm going to be playing one of my favorite mobile games of all time, Tractor Pull. But instead of pulling tractors today, we're going to be pulling lawnmowers. As you can see, I'm maxing out these parts already, and we're going to get into the first pull. Alright, so the first league that we're going to be in is the Missouri State Tractor Pull Association, which is basically level 1, and it is the easiest track to pull at no matter what. Alright, our first pull is at Coal Camp, and we are starting in 6th. We have 2,366 pounds on. We are heading down the track at well over 50 miles an hour for a pull of 681 feet. And that will be first place by a long shot. With a pull of 631 feet, we get first place by 12 feet. That will be 10 points added onto our total this season. And we're first place moving into Russellville. Our pull at Russellville would be 645 feet, and that'd be first place by 325 feet. Let's move into round 2. Round 2, we get a pull of 603 feet. After skipping through the rest of the pullers, we'd get third place by 9 feet, and we'd be at 18 points on the year, heading into the third pull. At Sedalia, we'd have a pull of 642 feet, and that'd be first place by 315 feet heading into round 2. The round 2 pull of 596 feet would put us in second place by a singular foot. There'll be 9 points added onto our total, and now we are at 27 on the year heading into Tug of War at Lincoln. Round 1, we win really easily. Round 2 against a Case IH, we'd win really easily again. And then our finals match, we'd win again, getting us 10 points, putting us at 37 points on the year. At Peculiar, event number 5, we'd be pulling third. With a pull of 585 feet, we get first place by 360 feet, heading into round 2. Our round 2 pull, we get 543 feet. And we get another win, this time by 17 feet, adding on another 10 points, putting us at 47 on the year. Now we are at Paris, and we pull once again at third. With a pull of 596 feet, we get first place by 272 feet, heading into round 2. With a pull of 553 feet in round 2, we would win by 5 feet over Sem. Another 10 points added on. That is now 57 into the year. Boonville's a little different. This time you have to go to a certain distance, in this case 183 feet. But I go over at 191 feet, which would only result in 4 points. At Clinton, we'd have a pull of 577 feet, which would be the lead by 352. With a pull of 536 feet, that'd be third place, losing by 23 feet, and we'd be at 69 points on the year. At Archie, we'd have a pull of 572 feet, which would be good enough for first place by 244 feet. Round 2, we'd have a pull of 620 feet. It would be good enough for first place, winning by 71 feet, and that'd be 79 points on the year to finish out the season. And for that, we'd win $25K. Alright, for season 2, we'd be at Ohio State Tractor Pullers Association, which is essentially level 2, and it is a little bit more difficult than Missouri. First pull in Ohio, when we were at Mansfield. My first pull of the year would be 542 feet, which would be first place by 217 feet heading into round 2. 503 feet would be the distance of round 2, which would be good enough for second place by 17 feet, putting us at 9 points on the year. The first pull at Napoleon, I get a pull of 523 feet, which would be good enough for 205 feet ahead of second place. Round 2, we get a pull of 485 feet. We lose by 32 feet, which would add on 9 points to our total, 18 points on the year. At the pull at Van Wert, we get a pull of 543 feet. It would be good enough for first place by 214 feet heading into round 2. Round 2 would result in 504 feet. We get first place by 16 feet, adding on 10 points, putting us at 28 on the year. Mount Gilead, another distance one, we have to get 215 feet as we are going, and I stop, and I try to be precise, and I get exactly 215 feet, another 10 points added on, now 38 on the year. At Marion, I would get a result of 507 feet. I would get first place by 181 feet heading into round 2. Round 2 would be a pull of 471 feet, which would be good enough for second place by 30 feet, adding on 9 points, putting us at 47 on the year. In this tug-of-war match, I don't know why they started the rope at the very other end, but at least I was able to win this round 1 really easily. I would then go on to win the next 2 rounds, add on 10 points, and get me to 57 on the year. At London, I get a pull of 486, which would be first place by 166 feet. Round 2 would be 452 feet, which would be good enough for first place by 15 feet, adding on 10 points, putting me at 67 points on the year. At Buckaroo, I get a pull of 496 feet, which would be good enough for first place by 171 feet heading into round 2. Round 2, I get a pull of 461 feet, which would be good enough for a second place, losing by 30 feet, adding on 9 points, putting me at 76 points on the year. Final pull of the season at Oak Harbor. Round 1, I get a pull of 480 feet, good enough for first place by 158 feet. Round 2, I'd have a result of 446 feet, which would be good enough for a third place, losing by 24 feet, adding on 8 points, and putting me at 84 points on the year to finish in first place overall. Plus 26k to the bank. If you're on w.gg, use code Logan Kilbus in all caps for 10% off your next order, and I'll make sure to see you guys next week.